Okay, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, sort of. So this is the second video for this healing that I'm doing. It's a group energy healing that is not live streamed for once, just because we don't have internet right now. But I will be putting it into these videos for your later viewing pleasure. So in the first video, we did the, I did the discussion of the theme and discussion of what we're doing today. And then I also did all the 5 essentials, started the healing and did all the grounding, aura repair, chakra repair, creative ring repair, base of skull point, good karma window stuff. So now we will do the stuff which you could say is more theme related. I did preview it a teeny bit in the first video. It's just, we're going to be clearing energy blocks that impact your physical body and your ability to be present, especially in your lower chakras of your physical body. And I had shown this diagram, this beautiful model. So this is just tinfoil. But, so like blocks that are like right around here, in your first layer of your aura, which may be black, not silver, but I had tinfoil, so, but if you imagine it's black and like thicker, right around here. So those blocks especially we're going to be clearing, and we're going to do it in a specific way, so that I think people are going to be more willing and able to clear more significant blocks than they normally are able to do. Because as I explained, when a block is here, chances are invasive energy might be courting the block and therefore going through the block into your first chakra or your second chakra. So as you try to clear the block, it's like you'll feel a disturbance in these lower chakras, which, first chakra is for courage. So if you feel something weird there, it could trigger anxiety, like stored fear baggage. And so then you stop releasing it. You stop clearing it because you're like, oh, I feel scared now. I'm not going to do it. And this happens generally subconsciously. So anyway, if we do it in a very mindful, careful way, and we detach all the invasive energy first, have the invasive beings recycled, melt all the cords, get your energy out of it too, so that then you're really separate from that block before we clear it. I think then it'll be gentle and more appealing, more approachable for people to clear more significant blocks. That's the idea. Let's do it. So that was explaining fully detach from blocks first before clearing. All right. And then now we're going to do it. He's not bothering me. I don't know if it sounds. Can you hear him on the video? Well, you wouldn't know. I don't know. Oh, we'll leave him. We'll leave him. Yeah. Fully detached from blocks before clearing. Now we're gonna do it. Okay. So we're just gonna do it. So you can imagine a copy out in front of you of yourself, especially this area. And I guess first check your grounding. Both your groundings. Make sure they're nice and wide. Pulling all the way down to the core of the earth. Melt blocks in your grounding. And then comb through your belly area and comb outward until you find like a significant enough, healthy and gentle, but still sizable block in right where I was showing right here. And then just we're going to fully detach it first before clearing it. So first we ask the angels to recycle any invasive beings that might be courting into it. Angels, can you recycle any invasive beings hooked into this block? And then melt the cords from people that are cording this block. There could be a lot of people cording subconsciously. They don't really know they're doing it. Melt away their cords and then melt your energy out of the block too. Like your resistance. Lots of gold light. So then now you're fully detached from the block, but it's still there. So then now you could melt it in place. That might be the gentlest. So just keep using gold light until it melts away. So let's do that again in that area, like the front of the biker shorts area. Comb through starting from within the hips and outward until you find a block like that that's healthy and gentle but pretty significant. Healthy and gentle to clear but pretty significant. The angels, can you recycle any invasive beings hooked into this block? You're using gold light from your hands and just melt away cords from people going into the block and melt your own energy out of the block, your resistance. And then you could just keep melting the block in place. Use lots of gold light and let it melt fully. Check your groundings. Because clearing does start a chain reaction, so check your first layer of your auras. First layer of astral body aura, first layer of physical body aura, just lots of gold light. First layer is the one right around your skin, all the way around. Lots of gold light. Melt away any blocks directly under your feet in your first layers. Right here. All right. I'm looking at a sample person. So let's do, that was first layer blocks. I was doing physical body first layer blocks. First layer. Physical body first layer right in front. Let's see what's next. Oh yeah. The sample person needed leg work. So check your legs. How present are you in your legs? Because it's really easy to be above your legs, kind of like your spirit is sitting on your physical lap, as opposed to being in your legs and in your hips. So just check, comb through the area in front of, like on if you're seated like that, comb through, here and then in your legs too. You're seated like that. I need a seated model, so I don't have to do that to her. Anyway. So comb through in front of your hips and behind your hips. I don't think you can hear her, but the kitten is going wild behind me. He's got a box and some toys, but it keeps him away from me. I don't think you can hear it. Anyway, gold light around your hips and your legs. So that you can be in your legs. Your legs can bring up earth energy from the core of the earth. You have a foot chakra. I mean, your kidney meridian starts too, like in the front of the sole of your foot. But right in the arch of your foot, you have a big chakra there that brings up earth energy through your legs into your first chakra. So that foot chakra that's in the arch of each foot, you can use gold light and unblock it. And then trace that pathway for the earth energy up your legs. Unblock it with gold light. And unblock the front of your first chakra. Because you want that earth energy to come up all the way up through your legs and then all enter into your first chakra and then go out the back, all in any extra go down to the core of the earth again. But sometimes you have too many blocks here at the first chakra, so a lot of the earth energy kind of bounces out and doesn't get in. So just keep unblocking in front here so that all that earth energy as it goes up your legs goes right into your first chakra. Good job, good job. All right, so that was physical, first layer, in front of Quakers, in front of hips, maybe, and tummy. And then layer, and then legs. Looking at my sample people, and they could still unblock their legs more. Like it helped, but it wasn't enough. Let's heal the auras around the knees. Maybe that helps because knees are major energy centers. And so if you have too many blocks and hard objects and stuff, then evasive energy can come in, and then that can kind of block up your leg channel, the energy that's not used. So imagine your knees, like your leg before, below and above your knee, and then your auras around it. And you want your auras to be really big and flowing and whole, and melt away any hard objects that might be going into your knees or stuck in your auras. So if you have like hard objects, stuck here, but they didn't make it all the way in, clearing them out and repair up your aura. Maybe they went all the way in, and so clear them out and then repair up. So we're healing your knees. You could have energy blocks in your knees, just melt them away. Kind of like you would melt blocks in your grounding. Just imagine the blocks in your knees. Use a lot of gold light to melt them away. All right, I think that was the missing thing. I think people are much more in their legs now. I'm just, again, I'm blocking right in front of the first chakra. Right here. The first chakra is at the base of the spine, round opening in the front and round opening in the back. All right. Joke, fun fact. Feeling the knees helps you be more present in your legs. Guess that's not a huge shock. Alrighty, let's see. I'm going to look at a sample person and see what's best to do next. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove ownership controls from your physical body. I was looking at a sample person and she looked confused. She's a newbie and she looked confused at this part of the healing. And I was thinking, okay, well, what do I need to do to help her? And she just looked confused. It wasn't like technically some kind of a confusion. It was just the result of having energy that wasn't hers in her physical body. And so she couldn't be as present as she was trying to be. And so she was kind of like hitting this energy that's not hers. And it was just disorienting. So the image that her angel showed me was a simple one of like, like if you have like a designated parking space that you pay for in a building, maybe, you live in a big apartment building and you get an apartment, you get a parking spot, or maybe you had to pay extra to get it, but you have an assigned parking spot, right? And what if one day someone's parked in your spot? What can you do? So that's sort of what was happening with that person I was looking at. Somebody put their car in her parking spot. It's like as if your physical body is your parking spot. And so your spirit is supposed to park in your parking spot, in your body. And so if somebody, usually it's not there's so much of their energy in, but there's enough that they're kind of like putting dibs on it. Like, okay, this is I'm in control here. And then you feel like someone else's car is in your spot and you can't be there, so it kind of keeps you out of your body. So as usual, it's more complicated to explain it than it is just to do it. But we will implement a few little measures so that it's safer, right? Because say you have ownership, control, energy in your physical body from a bossy older sibling or a parent that really didn't have a good grasp of what free will is. Perhaps. Or, you know, it could be a past life. No, and with this example that we're doing, it would generally be from this life. It could be like an ex. It could be like a former friend from this life. It could be a bossy, invasive mentor that you had. But anyway, so what we're going to do is first, we're going to imagine if you have any of those ownership controls, we're going to imagine if maybe there are some agreements. Because sometimes people can just dump stuff in your space and it's not like you said that's okay, you can do it. So, but sometimes maybe you did. You just weren't, it wasn't your finest, most empowered moment, right? And so you agreed. So check, you know, just imagine if you have any agreements that allow somebody else to run your physical body. Because even if you're a kid, that's like overboard. But just so imagine, do you have any spiritual agreements that allow someone else control of your physical body? And just pile up those agreements and say, angels, can you help me to, you know, review these, right? And then just use lots of gold light. And that way you can really just melt any that are unhealthy. And really, I mean, I can't imagine even one that would be healthy for someone to control your body. So the gold light's going to melt them all. You can say, angels, help me do this so I can live a nice, healthy, empowered life. I can be safe and empowered and healthy. You're melting all these control agreements that relate to your physical body. Deep breath. Okay, and then you can say, you know, angels, you know, say there are, you can look and see a number or see them in some other way, but how many, as you comb through your physical body, how many different people have control, like ownership, control pieces of energy in your physical body? Maybe it's as simple as you have an ex-boyfriend who didn't want you to sleep around, but he wanted to sleep around. And, you know, so like he just wanted an open relationship, but he really only wanted it open on his side, you know? So he may have subconsciously put controls in your physical body so that you felt like overly attached to him and you didn't sleep with anyone else. You know, it could be something simple like that. Or, you know, like I said, a bossy mentor or sibling or something. But just imagine any ownership controls that you have from other people in your physical body. And they would be like little pieces of energy in different chakras or parts of the auras or whatever. You don't have to worry about where they are really. But then you can imagine how many people, you know, and you could imagine them lined up, you know, how many people have that type of ownership control in your physical body. You know, is it just one person? Is it nobody? Is it 10 different people? 15 different people. Then you can just say, you know, angels, can you help me to have healthy boundaries and to get this stuff out safely? And then you can go ahead and just like we would do with energy blocks, just surround those little pieces of ownership control energy with gold light. And you can really melt them in place, or you can move them to the side out of you and then melt them, whichever amuses you more. You can melt them right in place, or you can move out the ownership control pieces of energy and melt them that. Go and just comb through your physical body. comfort it. Just be like, hey, it's okay. Because sometimes a physical body is kind of like a child in a way. Like your physical body needs comforting, needs reassurance. Especially if there's an energy shift. It's just nice if you just say, it's okay, I'm safe, everything's fine. So just go light through your whole body, your nervous system, your skeletal system, your muscular system, digestive system. Comforting, use gold light. You could also do sticky gold wax and have the wax stick to any ownership control energy that you have from other people. The sticky gold wax your whole physical body and your physical body auras. Physical body aura. And just have the gold wax stick to any ownership control energy from other people and move the wax and the junk out. Angels, here you go. Gold wax, have it stick to any ownership control energy from other people in and around your physical body. And then move it out. Angels, here you go. All right. Good job. Good job. Okay, so that was removing ownership controls from your physical body from other people. And first we cleared the agreements with other people, if there were any, and then we asked the angels for help so that you can have safe boundaries with those people as you're moving the stuff out. And then you move it out and melt it away. Okay. So I was looking at a sample person and she had this sense of like that she kind of gave up on certain levels of strength and, physical strength, physical fitness. Because she was like, well, at my age, blah, blah, blah. And she wasn't actually that old. Like I think that sure, when you're 20, it's easier. Like it requires less work to build up muscles, physical muscles. But, you could still work at physical strength and physical flexibility and nutrition and hydration and all that. If you're still living, you still have a chance, to improve, and sure, yeah, you have to work harder to get any sort of muscle tone when you're older, and when you're younger, you just breathe and you have nice muscle tone maybe. But it could be that your own baggage has caused you to give up on physical fitness, exercise, stretching, paying attention to your nutrition and your hydration and all that. Or it could be that energy from other people in your space has caused you to give up, or you know, maybe not 100% give up, but sort of be very externally focused and distracted, and you know, put yourself last all the time. So we can clear, you know, baggage, which includes dumped energy from others, causing you to not have physical fitness goals, you know, food, fitness, face type goals, and make progress. Because in the other healing, we took back goals if somebody had taken your goals and dreams on a subconscious level. So we took those back, but in other words, you can have someone take back, you know, you take back what your dreams and goals were, and that can help. But it could be that you have stuff within you that's causing you to give up. So let's do that. Let's clear all that junk out. Easy to do. We could do it. We could do it. Let's do it. All right. So we can do gold blanket. So make a big gold blanket out in front of you and pile onto it any baggage that you have causing you to not want to exercise, to put it off, to avoid it, not want to stretch, not want to, you know, drink enough water, not want to, you know, pay attention to how well you sleep, and, you know, not is sort of like all this baggage or maybe dumped energy from others is just making it more challenging for you to care and to make progress with your body, your physical body, like food, fitness, face types. Okay, so put all that baggage out in front of you on the blanket, then just say, angels, is it healthy and gentle to clear all this right now? That way your angels can check your pile for you. Deep breath. So then the second thing for the request is, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings that are hooked into this stuff? Deep breath while your angels do that. All right. So then now whatever's out in front of you is healthy and gentle to clear, and there's no invasive beings hooked into it. So you can just melt everybody out, bring up red earth energy, soak the pile, fully detach from the pile. So make sure there's no cords from you to the pile. Melt all those away. Melt cords from other people into the pile. And then just keep melting the pile till it's all gone, or you could blow it up. Deep breath a couple times. Okay, so we're going to do a similar thing now. Okay, so what we just did is we did gold blanket, clearing it with gold blanket, right? So now we'll clear it with timeline healing. Okay, so now we'll clear it with timeline healing. So again, any energy that you still have that's healthy and gentle to clear, that is causing you to either procrastinate too much or just not care or feel like it's not even worth it or not possible to make progress with exercise and fitness and, you know, giving away clothes you don't want anymore or dressing differently or whatever, any kind of food, fitness, face stuff, right? So go ahead and imagine a timeline and, you know, just like a line, and one end of it is now. And then the other end is going into the past. So this life in the past, or it could be past lives too. So now and then before that, right? And just if there's any energy that's healthy and gentle to clear, that's causing you to give up, that's in your space, give up about your physical body, you can see it as piles along your timeline. And so, maybe one big pile you see and you're like, oh, that's from when I was 16. Okay. And just melt that one away. And then one big pile you see like, oh, that was from when I was 2 years old from my older sibling. Okay. And melt that away. See? So just check out your timeline and check out the piles where they are on the timeline and just melt them away with lots of gold light. You say, angels, help me do this. Right? Angels, help me do this safely and gently. Right? And so just clear off all the energy causing you to give up on your body, give up on your fitness, your body image, progress, all that stuff. Right? Melt away the pile. And you can notice, what's a pile that's still there that you almost didn't even notice on your timeline? Where is that pile of your give up on your body baggage? And notice, like, when is that from? Maybe it's a past life. Maybe it's this childhood. And just use lots of gold light and let it melt away. You can say angels if there are any invasive beings making this, giving me a hard time while I'm trying to do this clearing. Can you please recycle those beings? A couple deep breaths. Mm. Okay, cool. All right. So grief is a drag. Grief is just a whole bunch of blocks in different chakras. It's not just one chakra. I mean, it could be your fourth chakra. It could be second chakra for emotions. It could be first chakra. Really, a lot of places. Grief is, as I'm using it, is it's a natural experience when you care about an animal or a person that is transitioning to heaven, or the end of a relationship. Maybe you dated someone for a while, you were married, and then now you're not. You could grieve the end of that relationship. So it's like a mourning, right? MOUR, mourning something. And but it's blocks in a lot of different places. And most people don't ever fully clear their grief. So it just piles up, and then they repress it. And then later they have grief about something else, and then they add that to the pile. So then next time their grief gets triggered by some event, it's like all of the past uncleared grief together with this grief, that's what they're actually feeling. They're feeling just all the uncleared grief from whatever they still have, they haven't cleared, right? So turning towards your physical body and having goals about your physical body, like for exercise, wellness, getting enough sleep, all that stuff, is like you're turning towards life. Your physical body, it's a big part of being alive, right? And so sometimes if you have your grief, it can make you not necessarily want to not be alive, but it's just a really different it's almost the opposite of, really like being into your body and appreciating your body and having goals about your body and taking really good care of your body. It's grief tends to be almost the opposite of that. Like experiencing grief makes you tend to, float off and just, go numb, maybe. So, if we can clear enough grief, it's going to help you, or at least enough that it's healthy and gentle, then it can help you turn towards your life more and turn towards your body more and be more open to appreciating your body and caring and being motivated, as far as food, fitness, face kind of stuff, right? So let's do that. We're going to clear on as much grief as is healthy and gentle to do right now, so that you're more likely to naturally turn towards your life and towards your physical body and towards feelings of motivation and investment in your health and your, body image and stuff. Okay? So let's clear some grief. Woohoo! All right, so let's see. What is how we want to do it? Let's do it. A lot of people have grief packed away. So I might see it in like someone has like a closet full of grief, or like a shed, little house full of grief that's like off to the side, or they have some chests, like those big storage bins full of grief. So typically it's packed away, so you can imagine it, maybe your grief that's healthy and gentle to clear right now, that'll help you turn towards your life, turn towards your physical body, turn towards caring and being motivated and hopeful and enthusiastic about your physical body. Find that grief that's in the way of that, right? And just imagine it out in front of you, and don't worry if it's too much, because we'll have the angels double check to see if it's too much, right? So just imagine all the grief that's in the way of you turning towards your life and your body. Okay, maybe it looks like 20 big refrigerators. Maybe it looks like, 500 boxes. Maybe it looks like, 10 closets, whatever, right? So that's the representation of all the uncleared grief that's in the way of you turning towards your life and your body and your food, fitness, face progress more, right? And then just go ahead and say, angels, is this healthy and gentle to clear all this right now? That way your angels can sort through it and, take away stuff that's too much for now. So a couple deep breaths as your angels do that. All right. And then the second request, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings that are hooked into this junk? Okay. And then the rest you can do by yourself. So just imagine whatever it is, 100 boxes or 5 closets or whatever it was, and just bring up red earth energy and gold light from your hands and melt cords from these stored grief, melt cords going to other people if there is any, and then melt cords between you and the stored grief. So melt cords, wash yourself out of all this stored grief. And then once everybody's out of it, you could blow it all up if you want. Or just use gold light and melt it all. And again, remember, your angels did check to make sure this was a healthy and gentle amount. So if there's any left over, just wrap it up in gold light and give it to your angels. Say, angels, can you help me with this? All right. And now we'll just do one more thing with that is just breathe and just imagine you turning towards your physical body, turning towards caring about your life, turning towards caring about your own strength, physical flexibility, all the food, fitness based stuff. Go ahead, turn towards that so that you can care, you can pay attention and invest in making progress. All right. How does that feel? All right. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so we're going to wrap up now the healing, and we'll just do a couple things at the end here just so that it's even more awesome than it already is. So clearing STEBs is a good thing. STEBs, stubborn triggered energy blocks. Right there, STEBs, stubborn triggered energy blocks. So those are energy blocks that still haven't cleared, even though we've done so many fabulous things to clear blocks. So pile all those out in front of you, any blocks that have still not cleared, but they're bothering you on some level. And bring up red earth energy. You can say, angels, is it healthy and gentle to clear all these right now? Use gold light. You say, angels, if there are any invasive beings hooked into these blocks, can you please recycle them? And you can use lots of gold light and just melt the block. One more time, put out in front of you any STEBs, stubborn triggered energy blocks. Bring up red earth energy. Angels, is it healthy and gentle to clear all these? Angels, can you recycle any invasive beings hooked into them? Melt cords from people and from yourself. Fully detach from these blocks. Yeah, just go ahead. You could blow up the blocks or fully melt them with gold light. If there are any left over, just wrap them up in gold light. Give them to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? All right. And so chakra filaments is just a nice thing to do to kind of make sure it's a more gentle shift for you. Chakra filaments is just, filament is my word for a cord, but it's a good cord between your physical body chakra and your astral body chakra. So those two sets of 7 chakras, physical body and astral body chakras, 7 chakras. So like in the top of your head, there's the physical body 7th, and then the top of your astral body head is the astral body 7th. And so there's a connection between the two, so that even if you're off asleep, you're connected. And so you just imagine those connections: the 7th chakra filament, 6th chakra filament, 5th chakra filament, on the way down, all the way down to 1st chakra filament. Imagine those filaments and just wash them out with gold light. You want them to be unblocked. You want them to not have any sort of clamped tightness around them. Melt everybody's cords out of the way. So it's just you, your 7 main astral chakras get to send and receive energy from your 7 main physical body chakras. 7 major. Melt everybody out of the way. So I'm just individually doing each filament, making sure they're nice and flowy and red. Well, the first chakra one that I was just doing is red, but the others are just whatever color, you know. So if you do the rainbow system, then the 7th chakras are purple. You can set them to your favorite shade of purple. Then the 7th chakra filament would therefore be purple. Cobalt blue if you want for your 6 chakras. And then for your 6th chakra filament is cobalt blue. Some kind of medium or light blue for your 5th chakras. Block your 5th chakras, and then chakra filament would be that same blue that you picked. 4th chakra, green is a nice color for your 4th chakra in the center of your chest. Love, self-love, motivation, enthusiasm, self-care, compassion, glass half full attitude. And so green for that. And then your 4th chakra filament, green is a nice color. Light to unblock. 3rd chakra filament, 3rd, yellow is a nice color for your 3rd chakra if you wish. And so you can use gold light to unblock your 3rd chakras and your 3rd chakra filament. Use gold light to unblock, melt everybody out of the way. Second chakra, orange is a nice color for your 2nd chakras. Orange. So emotion, sexuality, sensuality is your 2nd chakra. So spinning nicely. I'm happy. And 2nd chakra filament. You can use gold light to unblock it. Wash everybody out so that your 2nd chakra of your astral body can communicate, send and receive energy with your 2nd chakra of your physical body. Same thing with your 1st chakra, which red is a nice color. And red 1st chakra filament. Melt everybody out of the way. Couple deep breaths. All right. And unplug your spiritual path. So your spiritual path is a road that's just for you. And you can just imagine yourself on that road. It represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this life. And you can clear it off so that there's no unnecessary drama and hardships. You know, sometimes hardship is necessary for your learning, but there's a lot of hardship that's not necessary for your learning. So you can just melt away anything that doesn't belong on your path with gold light ahead of you. Give yourself a little healing on your path. Unblock in front of you so that it's easy for you to move forward and make progress. And it's always nice to make progress in a way that like surprises you, you know, and like, wow, I could do that. Before I totally couldn't have done that, you know? So imagine you on your path and look ahead of you on your path and imagine any blocks that is like normally where you would just keep it there and be stuck that way. And always that type of task would be hard for you. And then go ahead and melt that away. So you can give yourself happy surprises. Wow, I was able to do that. Wow, that's cool. So melt away any blocks that you would normally just keep there because you just assume that you're going to have hardship with that. Melt those blocks. Alrighty. Check your groundings. Unblock them. Above the top of your auras. Check your auras. The backs of your chakras, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back here. You're there releasing. Comb through the back of your space, comb through the back of your grounding. All right, so you can say, angels, can you please help me wrap up this healing? Angels, can you please help me to care about and make progress with my body issues, food, fitness, face, etc.? All right. That's a healing. Good job. You're amazing. Woo, 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 woo. Oh my gosh. So, I think I should just end this so that this video isn't super, 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 super long. Still don't have internet. So I can't go on and say hi to you guys. But thank you for the people that I was able to text who texted little messages on the live stream. So hopefully you guys all figured it out. And as soon as I get the internet, I will. As soon as I get our internet coverage back, I will upload these videos and email everybody. So you're amazing, and I hope that you enjoyed the healing. And I look forward to reading your post-healing surveys. And you can feel free to, you know, post like under this video, you know, if you have any comments that you would have said in the healing, like how you feel after the healing, that kind of thing. If you want, or any just little hellos. I hope wherever you are that you have okay weather. So yeah. So yeah, I guess that's so weird not to have a chat afterwards. So the healing is done. Let me get my punctuation proper. Oops. Do this really. There we go. Healing done. You're amazing. Yay. All right. So I would show Felix, but he's being babysat by my husband. So I don't think he can come out right. Well, let's see. Lorenzo, can you bring out Felix? Can you bring Felix? We'll do a Felix moment, I think. I think my husband can bring him out. I'll take a second. So, let's see. What? Felix, come here. Felix. Felix. Felix, come here. Come here, Felix. There he is. Was he asleep? Oh, he was causing mischief? What a surprise. Now all of a sudden, he wants to be all on top of me except when I want him. Okay, this is Felix. Those of you who already know him, let me turn off the butterflies. Maybe he can see him. Oh, wait. I turned off the wrong thing. Wait. Where are my butterflies? I want to turn off the book. Uh-oh. I want to turn them off. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Do we have any Felix stories? Not many. We got a lot extra glitter balls. And I got a box. He's very excited about the back there. Let's see. I really want to turn off the butterflies, but I can't find them. It's driving me crazy. Let's butterflies. Okay, thank God. All right, so Felix is bored with me. He left me. Oh, but yeah, he was playing. We have this box on the floor, but all right. He's too sleepy to be amusing to show. So anyway, you guys are amazing. I'll just I guess end with a little sales bit. So my website is jwhealing.com. Check it out if you need to buy healing sets for December or November. December, the dates are very interesting. The twin set is like literally the first healing is on Christmas Day. I don't celebrate Christmas, so it doesn't matter to me. So it's an easy way for me to help people who maybe have significant social pressures on those days. So anyway, so the December dates and theme and the November dates and themes, you can check them out on my website, jwhealing.com. All right, bye. You're amazing. Sorry I didn't have internet. I may change my provider. So this doesn't happen again. We'll see. Okay, bye.